Every morning, before sunrise, while the whole village slept, one boy walked to a dead tree. But nobody understood why. Once in a quiet village, surrounded by dry hills, lived an 18-year-old boy named Kofi. Every morning before sunrise, while everyone else was still asleep, Kofi carried a small wooden bucket to the edge of the village. There stood an old tree, its branches twisted, its bark cracked, and not a single green leaf in sight. To everyone else, it was dead, but to Kofi, it just needed a little bit of love. One day, an old traveler stopped beside Kofi and said, "Some things only bloom for those who refuse to stop believing." Those words settled deep in Kofi's heart, and from that day on, he watered the tree every single morning. The villagers laughed as they watched him. They said, "There goes the boy feeding a ghost tree. Why do you waste water on a dead tree?" Even his closest friends shook their heads and stopped walking with him. His father, exhausted from walking the fields one day, finally asked him, "Son, why do you keep doing something that will never change?" Kofi looked at the tree for a long moment before quietly replying, "Because if I quit today, I'll never know what tomorrow could have become." The seasons changed. The hot sun scorched the earth. The winds blew harder. Day after day, month after month, the tree looked exactly the same. Still, Kofi never missed the morning. Sometimes he cried while pouring the water, wondering if everyone had been right all along. Yet, each sunrise he picked up his bucket again. Then one night, the heavens opened. Rain poured over the village for hours. The next morning, Kofi ran to the tree as he always did. As he drew closer, he stopped. Tiny green leaves had sprouted along the branches. His hands trembled, tears filled his eyes. It's alive, he said. And within months, the tree burst into life. Its branches stretched wide, its leaves danced in the wind, and sweet fruits began to grow on it. People traveling from the neighboring villages were able to sit beneath the shade of the great tree. The same villagers who had laughed at Kofi now proudly told visitors, "Our village is home to the miracle tree." But Kofi knew the truth. The miracle hadn't happened overnight. It had been growing silently every single day. He chose not to give up. Years later, when the children asked how the great tree became so magnificent, Kofi would smile and point to an old wooden bucket hanging beside the trunk. "The tree didn't grow because of one day of watering," he would say. "It grew because I kept showing up even when I couldn't see the results." The greatest transformations happen quietly. Don't give up just because you can't see the result just yet. With consistent efforts, patience, and faith, you can produce the biggest miracle that quitting never could.